Gibbs's biggest unresolved plot continues to bog down NCIS 2 years after his exit. Mark Harmon's Leroy Jethro Gibbs has been retired for a couple of years now, and yet, his biggest unresolved case continues to hamper NCIS Season 21. The NCIS Season 21 premiere focuses on Nick Torres' case, but it also shows how Leroy Jethro Gibbs's final unresolved plot continues to impact that team years after he left.
Mark Harmon left in NCIS Season 19 with a less dramatic exit. CBS Procedural has seen its share of character exits in its more than 2 decades on the air, but Harmon's is arguably the biggest, considering his role in the show. So, while Gibbs's departure from the team wasn't exactly action-packed, it was always expected that his absence from the organization would be felt long after he was gone.
NCIS has experienced a variety of cast departures. Some of them are devastating, such as Caitlin Todd's unexpected murder in Season 2, while others are brought by another calling, like Tony DiNozzo having to take care of his surprise daughter with former teammate, Ziva David. For Harmon, Gibbs simply decided to retire in Alaska after a harrowing case that gave a father closure regarding the death of her daughter. It was the perfect send-off for him, who spent decades of his life in the force while still haunted by the death of his first wife and daughter. Gibbs's unresolved case continues to make NCIS as FBI's target. Undoubtedly, Gibbs deserves his peace, but he did leave his old team in a difficult spot as they continue to be targeted by the FBI. In its final case, Gibbs was being hunted by the Bureau for a flimsy case that was reinforced by years of his unorthodox way of handling cases. Gary Cole's Alden Parker was the agent who was supposed to lead his arrest in Alaska, but after realizing that Gibbs wanted nothing but to solve the case, he allowed the NCIS boss not just to solve the mystery but also refused to arrest him. Cole was eventually fired by the FBI and subsequently hired to replace Gibbs, but as seen in the NCIS Season 21 premiere, his old organization continues to harp on what went down in Alaska.
So much so that they were willing to overlook the facts and decide Torres was guilty without properly conducting an investigation. Had it not been for the NCIS underground work, he could have been charged with murder and sent to prison. Gibbs not coming back and tying loose ends with the FBI will continue to be a cause of conflict between them and the NCIS.
Will Harmon's Gibbs return in NCIS Season 21? The upcoming Ducky Mallard tribute that was set up in the NCIS Season 21 premiere cliffhanger is the perfect opportunity for Gibbs to return. It doesn't need to be a massive welcome episode for the character, and it sure won't resolve the ongoing rift between NCIS and FBI, but as lifelong friends, it would be off-putting if Gibbs doesn't come back to pay respects to Ducky. No concrete indication, however, that Harmon is slated to make an appearance. Still, it shouldn't be difficult to pull off, considering that Gibbs can just secretly sneak in during Ducky's funeral without anyone noticing. NCIS Season 21 airs every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. NCIS, Naval Criminal Investigative Service, focuses on the sometimes complex and always amusing dynamics of a team forced to work together in high-stress situations. Special Agent Alden Parker, a quirky former FBI agent who solves his cases with calm professionalism and sharp, sarcastic charm, leads the NCIS team, which includes NCIS Special Agent Timothy McGee, an MIT graduate with a knack for computers who has now graduated to senior field agent. The charismatic, unpredictable and resilient NCIS Special Agent Nick Torres, who has spent most of his career on solo undercover assignments. And sharp, athletic and tough NCIS Special Agent Jessica Knight, a formidable react agent who specializes in hostage negotiations and high-risk operations. The naive Jimmy Palmer is assisting the team, who graduated from assistant to fully licensed medical examiner and now runs the morgue, and forensic scientist Casey Hines, Ducky's former graduate assistant. Overseeing operations is NCIS Director Leon Vance, an intelligent, highly trained agent who can always be counted on to shake up the status quo. From murder and espionage to terrorism and stolen submarines, these special agents investigate all crimes with Navy or Marine Corps ties. NCIS releases heartbreaking footage from Ducky tribute episode. NCIS has begun teasing the upcoming Ducky tribute episode, and the extended footage is heartbreaking. Actor David McCallum died during the long hiatus between seasons. He had played Dr. Donald Ducky Mallard for years. Now, the show has to address the situation, and they will do it with a night dedicated to David and Ducky. Brian Dietzen, he plays Dr. Jimmy Palmer on the NCIS cast, wrote the NCIS episode for February 19th. Having Brian penning the episode should make it a very emotional night, as he was friends and worked closely with David. The early footage is already ramping up the emotional overtones of the night, with some famous faces from the past popping up. NCIS footage from the Ducky tribute episode, a TV promo aired on CBS following the NCIS Season 21 premiere. It hinted at what's to come from the February 19th episode.
Now, the show has released an extended trailer with footage featuring David McCallum on the show interacting with Mark Harmon, Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Michael Weatherly, Anthony DiNozzo, and many more people.
The footage begins with Jimmy arriving at Ducky's house to deliver coffee and say good morning. But the sad music hints at where the ominous footage is heading. Join us this Monday as we pay tribute to the beloved Ducky in a special episode you won't want to miss. Dove #NCIS #NCISverse, reads the caption written on the NCIS video. The full video is shared below, but NCIS fans may want a tissue handy as it all plays out. As a reminder, the Ducky tribute episode is NCIS Season 21, Episode 2, and it airs for the first time on Monday, February 19th, at 9/8 on CBS. More news from NCIS. CBS has a new prequel show called NCIS Origins that debuts next fall. The new show will provide a fresh look at NCIS and has Mark Harmon heavily involved as a producer and narrator. CBS could have 3 shows from the NCIS universe airing during the fall 2024 television season if NCIS and NCIS Hawaii are renewed. We also await details about a possible second season for NCIS Sydney. Previous episodes of NCIS are available for streaming on Paramount+. That includes the classic episodes featuring actor David McCallum. A scene in NCIS Season 20, Episode 21 featured Ducky explaining why Agent Nick Torres needed to go undercover. NCIS Brian Dietzen opens up about how Ducky tribute episode balances honoring David McCallum with exploring the team's grief. It cannot just be some series of flashbacks. NCIS is bidding farewell to an old friend. On September 25, 2023, actor David McCallum died at the age of 90. While the actor was once best known for playing Ilya Kuryakin in The Man from UNCLE, he became more recognizable over the last few decades for playing Donald Ducky Mallard on NCIS.
With the Nick Torres-focused Season 21 premiere out of the way, the CBS show, which can be streamed with a Paramount Plus subscription, will next air an episode paying tribute to Ducky, and Brian Dietzen, who co-wrote the episode, opened up about it was important for the story to balance honoring McCallum and exploring the team's grief, all the while not just turning this into a series of flashbacks. Dietzen, of course, spent a lot of time with McCallum over the years, as his character, Jimmy Palmer, started out as Ducky's assistant medical examiner and eventually succeeded the man as chief medical examiner. Dietzen also has previous experience writing NCIS episodes, though as he told TV Insider, since Season 21 is comprised of just 10 episodes, he initially wasn't going to request a script this time around. However, after McCallum passed away, he got the go-ahead from showrunners David North and Stephen Binder to team back up with writing partner Scott Williams and pen a farewell episode for Ducky. On the subject of his approach to writing, the stories we leave behind, Dietzen said,
"Yeah, I think it's really important that this remains an NCIS episode. It cannot just be some series of flashbacks to prior Ducky Mallard scenes.
It was really important for us that we still have a case to solve. You're living in a legacy of this person that you've lost, being Ducky, so we decided to craft a case where there would be something that would thematically link the case to the team's loss, and those two don't necessarily have to go hand in glove. They don't have to be related. It's not as though the case has to be related to Ducky in any way, but thematically speaking, it really should be. David McCallum was part of NCIS since the beginning, so naturally time has to be carved out to honor the actor and say goodbye to his character, but Brian Dietzen and Scott Williams also wanted this to feel like a normal NCIS episode where a case needs to be solved, as opposed to simply assembling a clip show. As such, the stories we leave behind, we'll see McGee, Parker and the rest of the gang taking on one of the cases that Ducky wasn't able to finish before his passing.
Dietzen also mentioned that the stories we leave behind is meant to honor the greater team Ducky worked with, meaning not just the current cast of NCIS, but also departed folks like Mark Harmon's Gibbs, Michael Weatherly's Tony, Cote de Pablo's Ziva and Polly Perrette's Abby, among many others, he continued.
And so when we wrote this thing, while it's certainly not a show that's just all about clips or anything like that, there are these remembrances of Ducky, and we wanted to see him interacting with people that are on our current team and also people that are on our iterations of our team, too. I think we did a pretty good job with that, and I think that people like to see that they're getting to see their Ducky many years past as well as the more recent. Although David McCallum was a series regular on NCIS during its first 20 seasons, Ducky took a sabbatical from his work as chief medical examiner during season 15 into early season 16, which was then followed by him going on a book tour. By the episode, Bears and Cubs, he retired from the job, but in silent service, he agreed to become NCIS part-time historian. His final appearance was in the season 20 finale, Black Sky.
NCIS Season 21 Episode 2, A Heartfelt Farewell to Beloved Character Ducky. NCIS Season 21 Episode 2 pays homage to Dr. Donald Ducky Mallard with a heartfelt farewell. The team tackles Ducky's unfinished case, facing old adversaries and new challenges. Tune in Monday, February 19th, at 9 p.m. ET, on CBS for the emotional journey. A bittersweet farewell. NCIS Season 21 Episode 2 pays tribute to beloved character Ducky. In the world of television, saying goodbye to a cherished character is never easy. This Monday, February 19th, at 9 p.m. ET, on CBS, NCIS fans will have the chance to bid a heartfelt farewell to Dr. Donald Ducky Mallard, portrayed by David McCallum, in Season 21 Episode 2. The episode, co-written by Brian Dietzen, Jimmy Palmer, promises to honor Ducky's legacy while staying true to the spirit of NCIS. A proper send-off as the team grapples with the loss of their dear colleague and friend. They delve into one of Ducky's unfinished cases. With only 10 episodes on the horizon for this season, it's evident that each installment will be crucial in moving the story forward and addressing the emotional aftermath of such a significant departure. Though Season 21 is shaping up to be the shortest in the show's history, the creators are determined to make every moment count. This sentiment is reflected in the care taken to craft an episode that not only pays homage to the character of Ducky but also provides closure for the audience. Ghosts of the past and uncertain futures. The upcoming season will see the NCIS team facing old adversaries and new challenges. The ongoing conflict with the FBI will continue to loom large, and the absence of Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Mark Harmon, will leave a palpable void within the team dynamic. Fans are eagerly anticipating potential storylines for Season 22, with speculation running rampant about the return of familiar faces and the introduction of new characters. The future of the series remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. The enduring popularity of NCIS ensures that viewers will remain invested in the lives of these agents for years to come. Embracing change and looking to the future, Season 21 will see a greater focus on character development, particularly for Nick Torres, Wilmer Valderrama. As the team adapts to their new reality without Ducky and Gibbs, they must also confront the prospect of further change. The NCIS universe has expanded exponentially since its inception, spawning successful spin-offs and captivating audiences worldwide. With the final season of Young Sheldon on the horizon, fans are left wondering what the future holds for this beloved franchise. In conclusion, NCIS Season 21 Episode 2 stands as a testament to the show's ability to balance heartfelt tributes with compelling storytelling. As we prepare to say our goodbyes to Ducky, it's clear that the spirit of NCIS will live on in the stories yet to be told. Ratings for NCIS Season 21 premiere. Ratings data will be added upon the episode's airing. Tune in this Monday, February 19th, at 9 p.m. ET, on CBS to witness the emotional journey of the NCIS team as they navigate the loss of a cherished friend and colleague.